Hello and welcome. This is Gordon D'Silva. You've asked me for some information, and unfortunately I'm away at the moment, so I wanted to give you some information to look at so that you could have some time to process it and decide if this is right for you. So let's just get started. A little bit about me just to get started. My background is a chartered accountant. I'm a multi-award winning chartered accountant. I've worked with businesses, and the reason I've won awards is not because I can add up numbers. There's thousands of accountants who do that. I actually get into the DNA of a business. I look at their business models. I look at what's working. I look at what's not working. I look at where the squeeze points are. I look at where the business is free flowing and doing really well. And I'm looking at how we can improve cash flow, because often cash flow for my clients is a testing place. And we look at the processes and principles of why that is and look to fix them. So the principle that I bring is I really understand numbers. Numbers talk to me, and my skill is being able to take those numbers and explain it to the business owner so that they understand it, they get it. Because when they get it and they get a visual of it, they know what to do, because they're visual people, and numbers don't lend themselves to that effect. I'm not saying you can't add up. I'm not saying you're not good at numbers, but sometimes the dynamics might go amiss, because what I really like about the clients I work with, who typically are numbers challenged. So they look at a whole sheet of numbers and their mind goes blank and they don't want to deal with it. And I get that. I'm somewhat of that, but I can look at the page of numbers and go, oh, this sticks out. This is a problem. Well, this is what we need to fix. It's like a numbers whisperer type thing, if that makes sense. So my key thing here is being able to help business owners see the opportunities in their business, see the challenge points in their business models and the tactics, and then begin to find a path. We look for low-hanging fruit first. The easy fixes, the quick fixes that get cash moving, gets money moving, gets profits moving, and then we go on to develop a properly solid business model, a solid strategy that helps deliver a business that you want. I hope that makes sense, right? So some of the key principles we work on is we're going to start, and I'll explain a bit about this in a minute. We're going to start off with a very short chat between us, if this video hasn't cleared me off within your intent, because you're getting to know me through this video. If we're still online, then we set up a 15-minute call where I'm going to ask you some questions about your business, about what's happening and why you raised this request. Because something inside you is telling you that something's not working well in your business and you want it fixed, and you don't know how to fix it, you don't know the quickest way of fixing it, and so you're looking for help. Now, I may or may not be that person, but at least today you're going to get a sense of who I am and what I stand for and how I do it. And one of the things we do is we look at, in our 15-minute call, to identify whether we think we can help you. If that goes okay, there's no charge for that, by the way, we then set up a 30 to 90-minute strategy call where we get involved a bit more. You take more control over that. You can ask me questions, I can ask you questions. We have a dialogue. It's all done on a video sharing system, where you share your screen and I share my screen. We look at each other like this. You're looking at me on the video. I don't do face-to-face. I don't come out to places. I just don't have time to spend 2 hours traveling there and back. So that's something else you need to know. But I'm really good at communicating. I'm very clear at communicating, in my view. You'll know by the end of watching this how clear that is. And so we have various tools. We have a profit map, where we map out how your business gets its leads right through to how it takes its cash out for you. We look at our 7 numbers. These are 7 numbers that every business must control, especially creatives, because if you can distill everything down to the simplest form, it doesn't take a lot of time to manage. And so if you haven't really managed your numbers before, 7 numbers is all you can take at the moment. We can get more sophisticated over time as you get more familiar and you begin to see the value in controlling your numbers. Make sense? If we do start working together, then we'll talk about that towards the end of our second session, a strategy session together. We look for the low-hanging fruit. We look at where are the easy wins, where are the quick wins, where is it quickest to get a result. And when we do that, we begin to get some traction into your business. It's not about how much time you get. Many coaches will go, well, we spend an hour a week together or an hour a month together. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in getting you results. Now, if that takes 15 minutes a week, I'm hoping you're going to be happy with that, because that's 15 minutes you're spending to get action to take to get results. Whereas you're not having to spend, well, I'm getting 2 hours from Gordon, I'm going to get maximum value by just talking to him. That is not the point. So we're going to be working weekly together, especially in the early stages, and then we're going to be having very quick calls in between meetings just to make sure you don't get stuck. I don't want you to get stuck for a day thinking, oh, I'm doing this task and I don't know what to do next. I want you to be able to get hold of me, book a quick call with me. We get on, we deal with the niceties in 5 seconds, we deal with the issue in 3 or 5 minutes, and you're on your way again, taking action, making progress. Hopefully that type of process is what I'm all about, which is why I don't travel, because if I have to travel to you, I'm going to spend at least an hour with you to make it all worthwhile. And what is the point of that? Are you getting value from that hour? Am I getting value from that hour? Probably not, right? So it's better that we just keep things fluid and moving fast and use up less of your time just by chit-chat, okay? There's time for chit-chat and there's time for action, and if there's something that needs doing in your business, it's time for action, okay? That's another point of difference between me and some of my colleagues. So I also take a very holistic view of business. Yes, I could look at just getting more leads. I could look at just doing better marketing with you. I could look at just pricing, but everything is linked. If you're spending money on leads, but you're not keeping the clients and you're not efficient with delivering the projects, then that is not really going to do you any favors at all. In fact, it's probably going to make you more stressed and make you lose more money and reduce your cash flow rather than improve it. So we're going to look at making sure that when, it's a bit like a sausage machine, when the stuff goes in at the top, it gets out at the end in the right way to feed your desires, to feed your goals, to feed your lifestyle. Because if it doesn't do that, then your business is not working for you, and your business ultimately has to work for you through adding value to your customers, to your clients, right? So hopefully that makes sense, and that is really where we're going to be working on together a lot. So related to that, when we start working together, we're going to be typically working one project at a time. Chances are, if you're in business and anything like me, you're sort of trying to do this and this and this. Without my coaches, without my mentors, I would be all over the place and achieving very little. My coaches force me to focus on one area at a time and just drill down into it and get it done before we move on to the next area. And together we agree what the area is, you and I. And we'll agree an action plan, and I'll help you along the way with processes, with tools, with suggestions, and we'll get the job done quickly. Now, it will depend on how much time you're putting aside to work on these essential projects, these critical projects. I'm hoping that you will be able to put aside 1 hour a day to work on critical projects to your business. Now, if you can't give me 1 hour a day, I'm going to ask you to give me 30 minutes a day. Now, remember, this is not giving me. I'm going to take very little of that time in conversation. I'm going to get you tasks. What you're going to be doing is giving yourself the advantage of working on your business rather than in it, in a very focused way. No emails, no texts, no social media, no me, just you and your business working on a project we decide together. Because no one knows your business better than you. You are, the person, the man, the woman who's going to really take your business forward. And as such, you need to be absolutely clear on what you're doing at that precise moment in time. It's not time for distractions. It's time for getting good stuff done. And you can't do it while you're thinking about 7 other things. It's got to be a clear mind, working on one project and one issue at a time, okay? So if I haven't mentioned already, we're going to be looking at low-hanging fruit first, the easy wins, the fast wins, because we want to get some traction quickly. We want to get you moving. We want to fix the leaks. You know, if like anything, you want to fix the leaks first. If you wake up in the morning and you have a big puddle on your floor, the first thing to do is make it safe to stand on or get a ladder on, and then you've got to fix the leak. There's no point just mopping it up and then you'll have another puddle in 5 minutes time. You've got to fix the leaks, the big leaks first, because that's doing the most damage, and then the smaller leaks. But in the meantime, you can then look at a strategy. Is something bigger going on that needs fixing when the leak is plugged, right? We don't want to be wasting cash. We don't want cash flow to be leaking out of the business and not into your pocket if we can help it. And all the big leaks need to be plugged in first. So let's look at how the process might work if we decide to take this forward. After watching this, you can decide whether we're right to help you, work with you to help you achieve what you want to achieve. The first thing we're going to do together is set a 15-minute appointment. It's only 15 minutes, very tight scheduling. I ask you some questions about your business. I take full control over that 15-minute session because I really want, in a very short time, without wasting your time at all, I want to understand exactly where you are, what the issues are, and what you're looking for. At the end of that session, within 5 to 10 minutes of that, I'm going to know whether I can help you or I can point you in the right direction if I can't help you. If I can help you, if I believe I can help you, you remember, we give money-back guarantees for everything we do because I want to add value. So I don't want to be doing a load of work for someone I can't work with. So if I believe I can help you and we can work together, then we set a longer meeting where we get to know each other more. You take more control over that meeting. You can ask me questions, ask me about how the thing works. Chances are I will explain it anyway. But if you have any questions come up, you can ask me. We do it all on a video call, where we have face-to-face. I may be able to share my screen if necessary, so you can have a look at what's going on, and if I'm describing something. And after this 15-minute session, then if all goes well, then we have a 60 to 90-minute session. If it doesn't go well, by the way, then we just lost 15 minutes. We haven't wasted a lot of each other's time, and you're on your way again. If we can work together, then we set a longer time frame. It's a mutual agreement. At the end of the longer time frame, the strategy session, we will know whether we're right for each other or not. You will know what is going to be involved. You will know what projects you're going to be looking at. You're going to be knowing how much it's going to cost, because it's going to be bespokely tailored to what you tell me and how it's going to work. You're going to know a lot more about how I work. Hopefully you'll check out my blogs and stuff between sessions, between now and then, so you'll know a lot about me. And I am who I am, right? I'm not everything to everyone. I am myself, and I love what I do because I do it the way I love to do it, and I get results because of the way I love to do it. Some people don't like that. They don't like my straightforward talking. They don't like my straightforward approach sometimes, and that's fine. Then I'm not for them, and I won't be able to get results for them because I want to get things done for them. I want them to get the results. I want them to get to the destination they want and the lifestyle they want, whether it's a bigger house or a better car or better schools for their kids, or a better quality of working life where they're not stressed with their clients all the time. They're getting better prices. These are the things I want for my clients, and I don't want to hang about doing it. Because you'll be paying me for it. You'll be paying me for a result, and that's what I want to deliver. Okay, so that's how it's going to work if we get that far. Like I said, it's up to both of us to make that decision mutually at the end. But at the end of that meeting, all your decision makers are going to be present at that longer session, because I want agreement at the end of the session whether we go ahead or not. Because if I decide I'm happy to work with you, I'd like your decision at that point whether you're happy to work with me. Now we do money back guarantees, so you're not signing away your life without recourse. We do a money back guarantee. But at that meeting, I would like a decision, because if you can't make a decision after thinking about it all that time and working together for that time, then chances are I won't be able to work with you, because we'll never get decisions made, we'll never get things moving, and so there's no point starting, right? I really don't want to waste your time. Your time is too valuable. You've got too much to do already on your plate that we don't want to be wasting your time on it. So look, that's a little bit about how we work. I thought it's better doing this than an email. I'm not very good with emails. I do good emails, but it's better just so you can see me, hear me, get a sense of what I'm about, get a sense of how I communicate, and then decide for yourself whether you want to take it one step further, which is a 15-minute call. If you do, then I'm going to put a link on the bottom of this just to book a 15-minute call with me, and I really look forward to speaking to you if it's right for you. If it's not right for you, look, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you got something out of it. I'm not sure exactly what, but at least you know my approach now. All right, you can compare me to other people you might meet, because it's what's happening in your environment, in your business, in your thinking, in your team's thinking, in your team's performance, in your branding, in your marketing, in your positioning, that's going to make a difference between you and me. And I'm just going to help you see things that could change and can make a massive difference. It'll be up to you to do the thing. You're the person on the journey. I'm just guiding you through it, and I'm sure it'll be amazing if we work together. If we don't work together, it's probably exactly right that we shouldn't. All right. Thanks a lot. All the best. Goodbye.